Anyway, I had to restart that thing. I saw Oregon was here. So wait, can you hear us? We need to double check. Can you hear us?
I don't know if you're live.
It's delay.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So just make sure you can hear us. Because I'm using external micro. No, I don't think they can.
It's not on yet.
Yeah, now you should be able to. Can you hear us now?
It's not playing yet.
Okay. Um,
It says waiting for Primo.
See, I didn't check the microphone to see if there was a setting for that. Hi.
It just says upcoming.
Huh.
Oh, there it is.
The microphone. Oh yeah,
there's
it works.
the stuff.
See if there was a setting for
Oh yeah. All right.
Cool. Okay, well we're here.
Yeah, I'll turn this down.
Boom. Welcome to the party. There's nobody here yet, so we'll wait a second.
Yeah, Oregon is here.
Oregon is here.
Aloha.
Welcome. Aloha. I do have, even though we're not using the oh, how's it sound, Oregon? We have these microphone things on here. It sounded pretty good. So
one of the actives is me.
oh
wait,
active.
Paul Rose. Okay, aloha.
Aloha, Paul Rose. Welcome to the.
Yeah.
Oops. I still have sounds, but they're not. It's a different audio system right here. So, Paul Rose, do you know Malfunction, who's on YouTube, who is a collector? He's an insane collector. First, one of the things he does is manage people who were in old horror movies and stuff to do Comic Cons and stuff. He manages the Comic Con appearances, but he also is like an insane collector of stuff and has just so many things from production companies and other things. But anyway, didn't know if you knew him.
You have such a mane. You have this little lion's mane.
You don't get privy to the side Primo that much. So these are the...
Major Wood is here!
Aloha, Major Wood!
Yeah, Major Win. This is up above his huge
This is
monitor.
So this is my desk,
this
essentially.
This is what he looks at all day long. How fun is that, huh?
And a lot of these
Side
things...
Primo.
a lot of these things have, like... A lot of them, they all have sentimental value, but some of them are actually from my childhood. So I thought I would take some time and go through a couple of them, like, we're doing stories. Welcome.
Toot that horn, Primo. Are you gonna open up chat so you can maybe see some of it?
Toot that horn. Sure, I can do that.
So Paul is saying, I do. Halloween's hallowed grounds.
Yeah,
seems
that's
like
him.
Seems like a good guy.
Malfunction. Yeah. So street. That was you. And that was me. Okay, here we are. So yes, I see you all. Hey now. Yeah, I like to take over and do all the lives. Just do them all. Okay, so check this out. I got a mic. Yeah, that looks weird, huh? The microphone.
You got 2 turntables and a microphone.
But it works, and that's what's important here. Okay, so I'll just choose a couple of things on here and tell you how awesome they are. Now, first of all, that one's cool. This, we purchased this from a shrine room of a dead child. So that is a great story. He was a young man who passed away tragically in just a gruesome way. And his mother, which is, I'm laughing because it's uncomfortable. His mother also passed away in a tragic way, like 20 years later, but left his room the same as when he died. And anyway, we bought it.
Okay, so we have checked off. Death has been checked off from our standard.
I'm just saying, there's stories behind
checklist.
Everything, isn't there? There's stories.
Now we need boobs and poop.
Okay, so I don't know if there's boobs up here because a lot of this stuff is from childhood kind of stuff.
There's boobs.
Oh,
and there's real.
There's 2 boobs. Okay, so you've got hula lady. All this stuff is so filthy with dust, but even if we dusted it, it'd be dusty the next day. So, but up there you've got crazy armless Barbie up there with Pee-wee. and Steve Austin in the Millennium Falcon with the Cylon Raider driving it. That's just normal.
She's platinum blonde, and then we painted some red, really bright red lipstick on her.
And she's just she's having fun with the dudes in the Millennium Falcon, going for a ride around Alderaan or wherever you go for a ride in the Millennium Falcon. So then
Mike Seller is here.
I want
Aloha,
Mike Seller.
Callie Debs. Aloha. Look at this. It's like our crew. Our crew is here.
It is the crew. Let me. Is there more? Oh, okay. That was just you doing it. I'm gonna pop this out so then you can actually see it because I forgot to finish J-Loing the chat. Here it is. Okay. There you go.
You really think I can see that far?
Everybody's in green in this though. I like that. That's nice.
Yeah, isn't that uniform looking?
It is. Yeah, I'm gonna turn this up so our sound effects are even more scrumptious. Oh, we're full blast, so I guess that's... Okay. So, well, quickly, I talk a lot. I could go through almost everything on here.
So
that's a giant boombox by Lasonic. That's pretty cool. Wait, what?
I just wanted to tell Callie Debs, this is his...
Come see, come show yourself.
This is the collection.
Come see, come saw. Come see, come saw.
Oh.
That doesn't really mean come here, but... Hi.
I don't know. This is the collection.
Look, there you are.
This is the collection Primo has above his desk. And
so we would say this is the inter sanctum stuff here. Well, my whole office is, which you see the butt half of it, which is the stereo and other stuff most of the time. So this is what I am always looking at. So anyway, so you've got the Talk Boy, that's from A Tragedy. You've got this thing, which is just really cool. We don't care about that. My aunt had one of these, and Bridget got me this like 20 years ago for Christmas. Ericophone. And then I have the red Ericophone right here, which is from the desk of Higgins in the first season of Magnum PI. It's not a prop, it's just a red Ericophone. But in the first 6 episodes of Magnum PI, Higgins on his desk, the phone that goes to Robin Masters, that is a red Ericophone. Can I get an applause? Thank you. Thank you.
Paul Rose was saying that he sent a couple pictures this morning, and so you can put the face to the name. Don't show the feds, LOL. And
okay, let's show it.
And Major Wood is saying, "Hey,
I'm an FBI agent.
Do you mind if Primo shows us? We would love to see your beautiful visage."
Yeah, tell us if we can share.
Yeah.
Well. What? I have to tell stories.
Oh yeah. Your pointer is really just sort of blends right into.
Okay, we'll follow the pointer.
Antenna, I mean.
Okay, and these are Atari games, of which Mega Mania, Othello, Space Invaders, Popeye. I think Space Invaders, Popeye, Mega Mania, Pac-Man, not Pac-Man, and Othello are all mine from when I was a kid. So those are however many millions of years old. Those were my favorite Mattel games, although those are all replacements. That they're just. I mean, I picked up hundreds of those in the past 25 years. So those represent the ones that I loved, Mattel handheld games, but they're not. None of those are actually from my childhood. So far, just the Atari games are actually from my childhood. You probably can't see that I have a 8mm camera there. That's from my aunt, so that's a family heirloom.
It's actually really hard to see any of this.
Is it? Well, too bad for all you. Well, you're blind. You don't count.
There's just so much. It looks pretty tiny, especially if you're looking on a phone.
What do you want to do? You want to change everything right now?
No.
Okay, then why are you pointing that out? Pretend it's cool. There's a big matchbook back there from Think Big, which is where that big blue crayon comes from too. Which was a design company in the, well, it's still going, but it was hot in the 80s. Pop culture. So this right here is from my childhood. This is the trash compactor from the Death Star playset circa 1978 Kenner Toys. And that is The trash monster is actually still in there, the little green trash monster. And it came with some sponge that turned to dust many years ago. And there's a tiny Shriner there poised. And a child sippy cup in the form of a pufferfish that I drank whiskey out of during one of our fun times somewhere. Well, Lake George, New York is where it was. Okay, now we are on the second level. This is a very interesting level.
And Paul Rose
Is this fun?
says,
Is this fun?
Paul Rose
Come on.
says, yes, you can show the photos.
Okay, well, we're going to do that then. Here is. This is. How much of the screen can you see? Because I could load up the photos and then, like, kind of. Okay, I'll do that after I'm done with this. So here are the little candies that I showed you the other day. They're up here with some pezzes, with the Bubblicious phone background here, because Bubblicious. And next to that are multiple tapes that are actually.
Biff is here.
I would say half of those are actually from my childhood. So I bought them new, including. Well, Cuddy ranks the stoppers from the '90s. I did buy that new. Uh, General Public, I bought new. I have a lot of B-52 tapes, but I'm pretty sure that's the one I bought new. Public Enemy, I bought new. Oingo Boingo is one of the ones that I sold and then realized that I made a major mistake, so then I had to
a
repurchase
major
it.
win, major mistake.
Is it? Yes. So where there is a major win, there is a major conniption. There's a bad thing that happens on the other end. Pretenders, Joy Division, Journey Escape, Sam Kinison I have on here actually. Those are all actually from my childhood. Meaning I bought them myself. So I would say there's about 20% items here from my childhood. The rest of them I had, but then they disappeared somewhere along, and I had to buy them back. You know how that goes.
So Biff is saying that I had the Death Star trash compactor. I lost the foamies well before they turned to dust.
Yeah, they really turned to dust though. Like they just powdered right in my hand. And I have the original trash monsters in there. See, now that's something you got to have the trash monster at least. But first, whatever reason the that Death Star playset was kind of fragile because the walls were made out of paper, and every time you set it up, you had to slip them in, and they fell apart after a while. So Digital Derby, not I love this game, not my original one. Blip, which is back here, is my original one. Blip, have the original Blip. This Goodyear blimp, if you remember that, you could this thing turned and it would actually sort of show the you would color in the little dots and make pictures, and then it would like
Sort of like Light Bright.
exactly like Light Bright, but with pens, and it had a light in it, so it would circulate your thing. And being from the Bay Area, Biff would probably remember this how much blimp activity there was in the Bay Area because the blimps were there. So this blimp with this thing on the side, this actual blimp was in the Bay Area in the '70s, and that's what this is I think it's a Revel model. Revel. Not from my childhood because mine I smashed. It's very delicate. So I had to rebuy that. This is also a replacement of the exact Talking Viewmaster gift pack number 3 that I had as a Ute.
Biff had that Goodyear blimp as well. Of course, because you two were actually the same person.
We were just the same person. That's what happened. There was some sort of rift in the space-time continuum, and we were just the same person. But it was very big in the Bay Area, this particular model, because there was so much blimp activity. This is, these babies right here. These are actually, this one right here, this red one, and then I have a bigger one over there, was a gift pack that my father gave me. I never called him my father. I called him my dad. So my dad gave it to me. I would say I was just, yeah, he was clueless, not around that often. But whenever he came into my life, which was usually on Christmas or some other times occasionally, it was gift time. So I really appreciate that. Thanks, Dad. And he got me my Nintendo. He got me my big track, which we're just getting to. Um, Basically, I got to call and make an order sometime in November what I wanted for Christmas, and I usually got exactly what I wanted, and it was a nice sort of like, oh, I didn't make the child support payments for the whole year, so I'm just gonna give you
Oh,
the
I
best
know. We were in
Christmas
the
payment
same
ever.
boat.
So
Callie Dev said they had that truck in their house too.
that little truck I was showing you, this little guy. Um, and so anyway, I kept all three of these are kept since I was a kid because I cherished them because my pops brought
And
them to me.
Paul was saying that the Death Star playset in the UK was all cardboard,
The whole thing was cardboard.
and he had it as a kid.
Yeah, even the one here had some plastic supports. It did not hold
Hi,
up very well.
Roro.
Aloha, welcome everybody.
Well,
Welcome members.
Roro can't chat because she's not a member. I know. I wouldn't be able to
Wait,
be watching right now if it
how can
wasn't
she
for
not
you,
chat?
Major Win, making me a member.
I don't understand.
She's not a member.
So how's she saying hi?
Major Win is, and he's just
Oh, she's commandeered. That's not acceptable. Pay your fee.
saying.
Okay, so big track I got with the big track transport. You guys in Britain had the gray part was white in Britain in the UK. I know that. Um,
Yeah, Biff is saying I didn't keep all my stuff, not my choice.
some of the stuff had to go. I mean, I don't know why, but for somehow what's crazy is when you end up with at least the piece of it, and you're like, how did that one thing make it through? Now, interestingly, here we're not on the first row, but I'll jump ahead a little bit to Darth. That's my original Darth Vader. So the story goes that I got the set, the mail away set. So I was supposed to get all the figures. As far as I remember the story going, my aunt told it in an interesting way because she got them for me. The first 8 came in a mail away because they weren't ready for production. Kenner couldn't keep up. Whatever, whatever, whatever. We you got for Christmas you got like a piece of cardboard that said this is the base for you to set them up on, and then they'll ship at some point. And as far as I know, my aunt has long passed away, so I can't verify this, but they came out maybe in June, like they came out during the year, but she saved them until the next Christmas to give them to me. So first of all, where's the I don't know how you waited for a whole year to give them to me. And they had a slightly different construction on the lightsaber and stuff. But anyway, in the meantime, I had to have Star Wars figures. I couldn't just be some kid running around without Star Wars figures. So I ended up getting some other ones. Then I ended up getting what?
It is
This?
I,
It is
James.
I.
What's going on, fellow humans and Lisas?
So I ended up getting this actual Darth Vader, who I cherish so much.
Oh,
He
motorcycle
he still
door.
has the little tip on his lightsaber right here. So this little tip, this lightsaber has existed in my life since 1977, and I have kept him in a box. I've wrapped him. I haven't played with them because then I ended up with another Darth Vader from the original 8 set the next year, and those are worth a lot more money. And there's like
Major.
big head Han Solo, big head. What? Thank you, Major Win. Oh, thank you, man. That's really.
You're too
Thank you.
sweet.
In the secret,
guys.
super secret, double, triple
Aw.
dog chat, we still get a super chat from you. Thank you so much. That is super sweet.
Motorcycle
In
door.
the super chat.
And motorcycle dork is here, but driving. So drive away.
Yeah, don't crash.
Swing away, Meryl.
I never got the Boba Fett mail away. I never got. I mean, I found it later on in life, and but it didn't ring that bell for me. But I did destroy most of the original 8 that I got. I cherished the ones that weren't the original 8, and I busted the original 8, and those are the ones worth a lot of money now. So and because their design was slightly different and they're much rarer. But anyway,
And Patricia's here.
aloha, Patricia. What
Look
do we want to
at
say?
it's a crew. So James is saying, he says, James sees boombox, runs and grabs my LL Cool J tape. Let's go.
What's in? What's in that? Mama
LL
said
Cool
knock you out.
Beans.
LL Cool Beans is up in there.
Mama's gonna knock you out.
Actually, there's no tape in there. I thought there was one in there.
Did you Paul?
I used to keep Credence in my boombox because of Big Lebowski, because nobody likes Credence.
Do you see Paul Rose says big track, damn predictive, LOL.
I know. Go 5 paces, turn right. You could always rely on Big Track as long as it was only 20 steps or less, I believe.
What? Wait a second. So Patricia says, when I was 10, my parents gave me 100 bricks, lightweight, and 20 pine planks for my birthday. I was a backyard architect kid.
Whoa. I mean, that seems like really either super thoughtful and thought-provoking for a child, or like a complete like, hey, here's some bricks and a board.
Bro knew our swing away, Meryl.
Oh, you knew that? What?
I love it. Vamonos, kids. Vamonos.
Vamonos!
No, vamonos, children.
Vamonos.
What does
Yeah,
he say?
vamonos,
Vamonos, children.
Yeah.
Yes, Meryl loves that you know the swing away, Meryl quote. That's a family quote for her side of the family
Stop
from the movie
it.
Signs.
That
for
we
anyone
love
else
that one.
watching.
It's like one of our favorite things.
Yes.
I always imagine it'll be exactly like that when Bridget gets precariously pinned between a tree and a truck and she's about to die. And I have to go talk to her. Now I know the exact things to ask. What the, well, you would say swing away, Meryl. You'd tell me some weird cryptic things, and then I'd be able to know what they meant. So when the aliens came, and my brother, who is, Joaquin, if that happened ever, I'd be ready for that exact circumstance. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. All right. So that's we jumped from Big Track. This is a one of those things. Jiminy Cricket. I have a special. I'm no fool, no siree. I'm gonna live to be 103. Maybe. At this point, it's a big maybe. But when I was a kid, I used to think highly of Jiminy Cricket and his life lessons. That's a round one of those things. I think I got more of those, but those. Then these donut phones. I don't know why I like those so much, but there's 3 of them, and they just looked good in the kind of thing.
Triptych.
Yeah, like that.
Slow mo.
I was slow mo.
Your body wasn't really.
I did my best.
Paul Rose says Dave Prowse did a Palatoy.
A Palatoid.
UK version of
What's
Kenner.
Oh, okay. What?
Personal appearance at the main toy store in town in full Darth Vader costume.
Oh, nice.
Literally just sold the 70s autograph from that a few months ago. What?
Wait,
so
they didn't sell under Kenner in England? Well, they must be Kenner, because I think they only made them in certain factories. Aloha 6x6.
I play safe for you and me. I'm no fool.
No siree. Right, exactly. See, I'm alive. I made it. I owe my survival in life to Jiminy Cricket.
Oh, and Biff is saying I currently have that Pac-Man
lunchbox. Boom, right here.
Also, a minty Star Wars one.
I never had Star Wars. So you have Space 1999 up here. That was one of my favorites. One of my toys.
Rose here. She has stolen
one of my toys from my father interludes at Christmas time was that big space station-y thing from Space 1999, and you had 3 people, and you could take off the front and the back and make a tiny little ship. It was a big play set, which are pretty collectible today. And I had that, so that's sort of like just a memory of that. That's what's happening there. But I haven't been here yet. But this Peanuts, did I say this? I feel like I was practicing this morning talking about this.
Oh,
this Peanuts is from first day of first grade. Little Jimmy, I had a yellow Miss Bell's here. What?
Miss Merritt, aloha.
Where's my applause? It's not quite. I could turn this on and make it even louder, huh?
Oh no. Are we gonna
Let's see what
get
happens.
blasted?
Probably.
Miss Merritt, we're talking about Primo's toys.
We're talking about. Okay, here it comes. Whoa. Okay. That probably worked.
Yeah, and I don't know. My voice can be really screechy and loud, so I don't.
No, but these microphones are good. They're supposed to take care of all that.
Oh, okay, good.
Screechy and loud and talking too much, misspellings, the whole bit. So, let's go back up here. So you got these phones. I don't know. The snake magic puzzle in a box because there it is. Nobody has these. Nobody has these two things. I don't think.
And Ro did wrestle the chat from Major Way.
This right here, I have to verify the veracity of my story, but I believe this is from it's either from 1940s or early 50s, but it's my grandfather went across the country on a train.
That's his actual bottle.
And this is his actual bottle. And somehow
come on
that
now.
survived. It used to be on his little bric-a-brac shelf that he kept some things he liked in his shaving cream mug or whatever it was. And he had that on there all the time. So when he passed away in 83. So I've had that ever since. Then these Pentels, these are really cool. You guys might remember these. These are not from I had these when I was a kid, but I mean,
we got those.
We bought these new, though.
So much of this stuff is
it's
have
repurchased
from eBay.
Yes, these are.
Mind you.
I would say, like I said, 80% of the stuff has been repurchased from eBay.
Oh yeah. So
80%.
We
But this was a local
definitely
find.
Support
A lot of
eBay.
actually no local find. Some's local find.
Oh, the Bubblicious phone. That's my favorite.
That's like one of your faves.
Yeah.
So I wanted to. One day I was like, I'm gonna manifest some destiny here, and I went. I just need like a collection of the little tiny things that might like not penny candy, but little toy stores would have things, or maybe the 25-cent things at the grocery store or whatever. So I'm like, let's go out and find some of those things. And that's sometimes we do. We set like a goal for garage sailing. And we went out, the first stop, the guy had this glass jar full of all the different kinds of rubber bouncy balls that
Weren't those called like super balls?
super balls.
Yeah.
These are super balls, people. Not just mediocre balls.
We just like the colors. And
but the
rubber.
colors are pretty. The actual quality is not terrible, but it smells weird in here.
I'm a sucker for bright colored.
But it does have the clear
plastic
one. It has the clear one.
Office supplies.
They're so hard to get out.
Toys.
Like this one right here. This one's extra.
Yeah, that's neat.
That's extra.
Looks like a marble.
They're neoprene. No, varathane.
Biff was saying, did you know that Rick Springfield has all the Star Wars toys? He bought it all as it came out.
And he still has his own actual ones.
And Miss Merritt was giggling and was saying, "You're funny." That's so cute.
Oh no, I just took all this down. There's a big ugly hole here. So, okay, so we talked about that. So here's my Razor phone from before iPhone times, which is might as well be ancient history. Here's a cool cassette. Because why wouldn't you just have that?
As in like cool cigarettes?
Yeah. As in soothing menthol cools. This is our rendition of Marty from Back to the Future, right? Michael J. Fox with his video movie camera. This is the actual camera from Back to the Future, not a prop, not a screen used one or anything, but the actual model from Back to the Future. That's enough of that. And then down here you've got first grade lunchbox where I actually had it. I think the actual thermos is in there. This one also has a thermos. That football game is just super cool, neon bright screen, which I had friends who had it. I never had that, but I like to have it. That's my actual Merlin. Boom. This is representative of those wonderful waterfalls, which were games that we humans used to play before
It's
Atari.
his microphone, guys. That's clipped to his eyeglasses.
Oh yeah, that's my mic. This little transistor radio, I remember going to Stanford games, football games, and listening to the over the air play on that. I got it's Radio Shack. So my aunt, my auntie, and my grandfather both were big Radio Shack fans and J.C. Penney. So there was a lot of heartbreak and disappointment at Christmas when I got the Radio Shack or J.C. Penney version of something I wanted a brand name of. But thankfully, Star Wars was only made by one company, and we made it through that.
And parents. Patricia was saying her parents thought it out. I loved building stuff.
That's really cool. So
And that's so fitting
it's
for
a
you, Patricia,
really,
because you are.
but it's how to culture a child. Or we don't have
This
any
major
children,
win says
so
a
this
little
is just
bookworm.
absolute BS because I have no experience in the subject. But I would want to encourage a child with real life stuff, like, and that is encouraging. I hope you did get your Holly hobby, but at the same time, just like having parents interested in a child's development is pretty cool. I
Yeah.
always figured I would be like that. Like with Pokey, I'm totally interested in his development. When he needs a cookie, I throw it to him. When he needs a treat, I give it to him. When he wants to go outside, I open the door. Best parent ever. Thank you.
And pat you on the back.
Oh wait, here comes daily pattings. Thank you.
Paul Rose was saying a couple of years ago sold an official life-size stormtrooper on base from the
Ooh.
special edition re-release. That was pretty cool.
Paul Rose has like all the stuff that
he has all the stories, all the big, large, cool stuff.
yeah, but he deals with that same stuff like Malfunction in the Hollywood's horror horrors hallowed ground is what I'm trying to say.
So Biff was at Stanford, California,
82, I would have been there absolutely.
and still have the stubs.
Absolutely at that game. If it was at Stanford, I was at the game. So I went to every Cal, every powwow, every Cal game, every powwow, every Army Navy game that was played at Stanford from like the mid 70s to the mid 80s. And also, I would say half of the Giants games, a quarter of the 49ers games, and certainly a few. I don't think we never saw the Raiders, but the A's. We went to the A's. So that was.
Can you cue the violin music?
Yes, I can. Hold on 1 second, please.
So Paul Rose remembers one Christmas.
Is that too
He
loud?
got a train set and it didn't work.
Yeah, that's, you know what, Paul, that's bullshit. That is BS. Wait, did he said that really happened?
Yeah.
Oh.
And Patricia says, did not play with dolls, yuck. I don't know why when I think of Patricia, and I hope this is a compliment, I think of Ray Eames. Just a really creative,
That's pretty cool.
intelligent,
I like that.
a go-getter woman.
Ray Eames. Now the interesting story is that she's from here.
Oh yeah, she is.
So she used to. So Charles and Ray Eames. Most of you, or some of you, a lot of people know them as designers, but you would know them more from their designs through Herman Miller Company, and a lot of the stuff they designed, like the Eames shell chair and the lounge, the executive lounge chair, the 671, 670 lounge. And what's interesting is that they're all from LA. That's where their house was and everything. But their family moved here to Vermont. And Ray used to, by herself into her late 80s, used to travel from LA to Boston, from Boston to Burlington, and get herself walk up to her kid's house with her bags. Like she wouldn't even ask for a ride or anything. She would just uh and we're talking about they're about 60 miles away from us or something, and we used to do a lot of business with them as far as they run a different business here, but they still run Eames.
We've sold some of the furniture they designed that we have
sold
found.
to them.
We have sold to them because they just wanted it. They didn't have access to stuff like all the old stuff anymore. They would buy stuff from us. How cool is that?
That's pretty cool. And then we've done other things like newer projects with them, like newer House of Cards and other things through my friend's business. That I'm more of a finder, like so I like to connect people with business opportunities and stuff. And then get like a. Is there a cha-ching here? I like to get cha-chings. I mean, I'm not saying I do it all charitably, but I don't think there's a cha-ching on here.
You don't have a cha-ching on that
That's
stinking thing?
some more BS.
You haven't been cha-chinging lately? I haven't noticed that.
Well, no, because the cha-ching's on this other thing over here.
Wow. Biff was saying 1982 was at Stanford. It was the shit show where the band got on the field at the end.
Isn't
Actually,
that every
at Berkeley.
Oh, okay. Because every show is the Stanford gets on the field at the end and makes a mess, right? Because Stanford band is crazy. They're known as the crazy. But so I've been to a lot of their shows, and that little radio right there was my play-by-play. I would say that radio is probably got to be late '70s. I got my own transistor
You're
radio.
so stinking cute.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
I just love all of your stuff.
So let's get to the. Let's keep going here. This was my favorite character.
Can you bring it and show the camera?
You can't touch these.
Dun, dun,
No
dun, dun.
toque. There's a. No, this guy right here. I don't know why I liked him. I remember I used to chew on his head.
Major Win, cha-ching! Major Win is giving you $1.99 to put that stinking cha-ching back in.
Thank you so much, cha-ching! We do have the horns, though.
Really? You do?
I could get. I'm sure I could get the cha-ching.
Major Win was saying Eames is a killer reference. Paul Rose was saying I nearly bought a H.R. Geiger limited edition chair ages ago, the alien designer. That would be worth a fortune now.
Well, we happen to be
the Death Star commander.
Well, I can't. Well, so let's just say I work with. It's the thing is that not everything has happened yet. So we're on the private members only.
What are you doing?
No. Sid.
No.
I'm just gonna say the name. Yeah, Sid Mead. I said it. Can't stop me from saying it. I'm somehow involved with Sid Mead.
That's
I'm somehow involved with Sid Mead. So Sid Mead actually was the he did a lot of movies. Well, the point is, somebody's walking around our house. What the heck? Sid Mead is an artist who passed away maybe 5 years ago now. And he did a lot of movie.
That would be Bart the Postman.
Bart! Love you, Bart! He's the best.
Bart,
we didn't have anything to ship today because there was no sales yesterday. So,
yeah.
What's the opposite of Hong Kong?
So now we've had 2 no sales days.
After 40 days.
Less than a week.
Of
no
0 days, and we've never had that before. So anyway, it's just we're just having a little bit of.
Oh yeah, Paul Rose is saying Sid Mead is a legend. His artwork is epic.
Yeah, so I'm just I won't talk about that part, but what he did was he's a creative that he came. He goes way back to Detroit where he did a lot of 1960s car. Models of cars. Artist. He's an artist. He studied in California at the California Academy of Arts or whatever that big LA art school is. And then he started doing, he did Aliens. He did art. So art packages for pre-production of movies. But often that art would be translated into real awesome stuff. All the way up to Elysium. He designed the big Elysium world that spun around in a circle, up in space, where all the rich people live.
Yeah.
He designed that. He drew that as part of the production. So he drew the Tron light cycles. He drew Tron, all the stuff in Tron. Blade Runner is he's known for Blade Runner. He didn't do post-production stuff. So what he was the pre-production artist.
Dragoo Art says opposite of Hong Kong is Poo poo poo.
Bam!
Thank you. You just checked. You just checked off
The poo
our
requirement.
poo off from our
Please,
our
anybody, let
checklist
us know
for each
immediately if
video.
for some reason Josh Galt comes on, or if anybody else comes on, because we'll cede the way to them. Since Josh doesn't actually often put out
Oh,
little video, pre-announcements of his videos. So just
uh,
to say that. What?
oh, Major
What?
Win was
What?
yeah. Major Win is saying that a coworker has a couple of tattoos of Sid Mead's art
Oh, that's awesome.
or Mead's art. Is
No,
that
that's
wait? And then
Sydney.
you said haha. It
No, just probably just like, haha.
uh,
There's connections in this world. Signs, if you will. Are you the person that believes in signs? Yes. The girl, the story he tells about how he was making out with some girl in the basement, and then he turns his head away just as she vomits in her mouth or something, and then if he hadn't have turned away, then he would have. So he believes in signs. It's vomit related signs. Which that's if we can hit on vomit, that's just extra credit.
all the bodily functions.
Oh wait, I was doing this part where I got sound effects, and then cha-ching. I think it's eBay cha-ching. Is it eBay? Come on, eBay cha-ching. There it is. That's it.
Ooh,
Okay, we got it. So now I have to go put it on the stream deck. That'll just take a second.
Major
Please
Win.
entertain them with amazing stories of revelry and success.
Why can't they get girlfriends?
Yeah, yes. Why can't they get girlfriends? That's a line from the little girl, because they're
Yes.
talking about the nerds sitting in their basement doing something. Joaquin says that, and then she's just like, "Why can't they get girlfriends?"
I mean, this must still be Roro.
That's really it's such an odd movie to be like a favorite,
I have got to
but
say,
it's one of my favorites.
I have never laughed so hard, and I have no idea why. That scene when Joaquin is watching the news and the alien
I got cash. It's all
the
worked out.
alien pops out and Joaquin is going, "Vamonos, children, vamonos!" I have never laughed so hard in the movie, and it was
Such a
just
good movie.
such an inappropriate time to laugh. But to this day, that scene makes
That
me
M.
laugh
Night Shyamalan
so hard.
was just
And he sort of
comedic
like
genius.
stumbles backward. He's like, "Oh!"
He's like, "Oh!" He puts his hand up to his mouth, I think, but I don't remember.
Oh wait, so Paul Rose must have been saying something about the tattoo. Oops, live chat. Cause he then says, Major, when I only have the one tattoo, a scorpion, my star sign, as was pointed out, it had too many legs. So my old band friends used to call it my rock lobster.
Oops, I dropped my thing. Okay, so wait, back. We're going back
And
to
the hats, she laughs at the tinfoil hats too.
They took them. They were so serious about them. They're like, we don't know if these work, but just in case they do,
Yeah.
they look like Hershey's Kisses. So, we know what this is all about. This is about the Shasta soda commercials. This is all to sell soda. That's my dude right there. So anyway, that is my original Darth Vader. I've already been into that, but that was kind of like my favorite dude. But I really, really loved Stormtroopers, not because of their place in anything or they're good or bad, but because they were just disco knights. I just loved me some disco back then, and I loved some disco ladies back in the 70s. I used to be like, "Hey, disco lady." I was 7, but they were cool. Because, ladies like younger kids back then. I mean, gentlemen. So, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's Greedo, because he's got to balance out. He's the goofy guy. So then we have, that's a dad truck right there. Then we have the Sony Walkman. This is not my original one, but this is the one that's the size of a cassette. But I did have one, and I really cherished that until someone stole it or something. And then this one right here is also not original, but I also had this one, which is the very first one with the radio on it. So it was a tape player with a tuner, FM1, I believe. So that's important.
When you were talking about the Talk Boy, did you say credit card?
Credit card? Wait.
You got it.
You got it. Yeah, that's what he says.
From
I
Home
didn't say
Alone.
that, but that's what it's from. Is Home Alone
Yeah,
2
that's why you got it.
credit card?
Credit
No, I just told the
card.
sad story about
Oh, right,
the
right.
circumstances. But yeah, that's a Kevin
McAllister.
McAllister. It says credit card.
Trying
You
to
got it.
be an adult voice.
Yes, and it does those things. In fact, that's how we tested it, and it actually did work. So
Okay, so I think Ro is seeing a whole bunch of stuff. She likes the Snoopy lunchbox. She's
that was
saying
first grade. That was my first day of first grade.
the
I had that.
Millennium
The actual
Falcon.
one. That actual lunchbox went with me to first grade.
The Millennium Falcon has Steve Austin, Pee Wee, and
Naked Barbie.
topless platinum blonde Barbie in it.
And with the Cylon Raider driving it.
But
It needs to drive.
wait, I
that.
thought we were gonna clothe her. Whatever.
Well, we didn't though, because
Yeah.
naked. So then we're on this shelf right now, but we can readdress some of the things up here, if it's necessary, for sure. So here you've
Oh,
got
the one at the top, that Snoopy one, yeah.
that one right there. We just found that somewhere, and I liked it
Yeah, I
because
don't
it's in the
remember
old
where.
fat. So like they switched at some point from that style, uh, lunchbox. Those were like in the mid '60s, I would say, maybe even late '50s, and then they switched to the square ones for manufacturing purposes. So, um,
Paul
there's a
Rose,
lot of
love the
manufacturing history.
original Cylons.
Yeah, the Cylons were awesome. They were Disco Knights too. They were just a
What
different version
are
of
Cylons?
him up there.
Oh, okay.
He was also a Disco Knight, and at Universal Studios in California, they had a whole Battlestar Galactica like drive on the tram ride back in the I guess '70s. They had Battlestar Galactica instead of Earthquake, and they would fire lasers, the Cylon Raiders, and they would just kind of like split open. That was like how they showed they were killed. They were all like, anyway, that happened. So as we move on, we move to a Game and Watch, Nintendo Game and Watch. Probably a lot of you had those. Those are a lot of fun, but they were Nintendo made them before Nintendo. So I'm guessing '70s. They had some Snoopy ones, some Popeye ones, and then finally they got to Mario Brothers. Like here's Donkey Kong too, also. But these are some Transformers. These actually technically came after my time. I just like Transformers. Uh, this Power Droid is actually from my childhood because he Darth Vader, one the Stormtrooper, one of I don't know if that's the original. I can't be sure of that. That one does not have traceable. What's the word called when you have documentation of the history? Like it doesn't have provenance. So I forget if that's my actual Stormtrooper, but definitely my actual Darth Vader. Definitely my actual Power Droid. Definitely my actual R2D2, although this one's the one that has the pop-up periscope on his head, which I think was a mail order or only came with one playset. But I think it's sexier for C3PO to have two R2D2s. That's why there's two of them there. But he's my original C3PO from childhood, and he's the original R2 from childhood. Now there's a tiny Gumby here, a Jawa figure, which I had the original vinyl one, which I destroyed. Uh, and then this little robot guy. These guys are they're polyamorous,
No one can see.
so you can't see them.
They're so tiny.
Little wind-up robot, Jawa, and Gumby are polyamorous. They're a thruple, is what I'm saying. And then you got Tiny ET, which used to drive the X-wing fighter over there, but it had to be decommissioned for a while. Okay, so we've moved on to the fun, the lesson of the moral high ground of this broadcast. The 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 story of three Chewbaccas. Now I did forget what I said before because I actually did write it down so I would remember how it all played out.
Oh.
So here we have one of these is several of these. So the story goes like this. Set the stage. The year is
This
1977 or 78. I can't remember which one. Oops, this fell off. and I've got my aunt has ruined my life by not giving me my Star Wars figures in June, and I kind of remember this being sometime in the summertime, and I really needed to have uh, you know, Star Wars figures were important. I think I've established that, Your Honor. And so my friend Bobak came over, and he lived a street over. And when he left, my Chewbacca was missing. My Chewbacca
Dun
was
dun.
dun dun. Do I have that? I feel like I don't have anything.
It was there, I thought, a couple days ago.
No, it's not here.
What have you done to the sound effects? You can
Just
have
you do
like
it. Can you just do it?
dun dun.
Okay, thank you. So Bobak comes over, swipes my Chewbacca. Now, I don't take it lightly. I don't take it lightly. I'm very upset about the swiping of the Chewbacca. And some could say that I may have lost my mind that day. We don't know. We don't know what happened. It was so long ago. It was in the 70s when people lost their mind all the time and there was nobody to report it to. So I, in turn, make a play date with Bobak with the sinister intention of ganking back my Chewbacca. So I make the deal to go over to Bobak's house. I go to his house. I think I probably wasn't a real good criminal because I think I just beelined it for the Chewbacca, grabbed it, and left. Like I didn't even stay and play or anything. So, but I can't really remember totally. We'll just have to imagine that. So then, once, so because I had made such a stink about this, my aunt had heard the story. So then, at some point, my aunt was a teacher in Gilroy, California, garlic capital of the world, and she would come home on weekends to Palo Alto, and that's when we'd see her. And I was pretty used to her bringing me gifts and things. She'd, like Hot Wheels or something, and it was just a cool thing she did. That's why I like her better than my mom. Sorry, mom. Peace, though. Love you. And and the
No.
what? Is there some adhesive boogerage on that?
Yeah.
And so in between my aunt coming home for the weekend and bringing me a replacement Chewbacca, not knowing that I had gone and swiped the Chewbacca from Bobak, I found my Chewbacca. So,
Dun
dun,
dun.
dun. I learned early in life that I can completely misread the room and intentions and perhaps even plot revenge and do these terrible things. And I'm capable of all kinds of larcenies and everything else. So this is the story of what we now call the three Chewbaccas.
Dun dun.
So at this time, on the dashboard of our car, I've got a Chewbacca that travels with us to remind me of this story with Bobak, who, by the way, Bobak, sorry, it's 2024. This was in 77, 78, but still, apologies and apology. Sorry, Bobak. And so right here, we're sitting with one Chewbacca here, two Chewbacca here, three
Ching, ching.
Chewbacca in the car.
Cha-ching.
And then when I inherited my grandfather's stuff, which would have been sometime in the 80s, there was a box and it had a lot of coins in it and silver coins and stuff, like his coin collection. And I got it. It was part of an inheritance, whatever. And it ended up not being, it was fine, but they weren't like super collectible. I still have some of it, sold most of it because whatever. And but in that lockbox was a fourth Chewbacca.
Which was the one what?
Are you serious?
The one
No, we don't technically know.
It was your
the whole
grandpa
story.
that stole
Yes,
the
my
Chewbacca?
grandfather stole it in the first place. We have no idea how the fourth Chewbacca happened. But it's really a story of three Chewbaccas and then somehow a fourth one.
Now that was a twist I
Wasn't
was
that a twist?
not
You
expecting.
had no idea.
Mike Seller just got a cha-ching. The drought is over. He's doing the disco dance move emoji.
Yeah, dance
Oh,
like
and
a
Paul Rose was
stormtrooper.
asking about your digital clock because
This is how she danced on signs. Remember how the little girl danced on signs?
no.
No.
Paul
Look at me.
Rose, he was saying,
That's me
does that
dancing.
digital clock say Carlson on the bottom of it?
Micronta. Micronta.
Oh, Micronta. Is that what
It
I
does.
said?
It's not
I was
a.
trying to look. Yeah, Micronta.
It's not really a. That's not like a word that sounds great to you, Micronta, but it's micro.
Micronta.
Micro NTA. Micronta. And we have this because the only thing, I mean, we have a Aurora clock that we used to keep up here, which changes colors and it's beautiful. But giant LED numbers in red LEDs are very reminiscent of a time and space and period.
And it's a royal pain in the butt when you have to change the clock.
If the
'cause he
power
has
goes
all
out,
those
forget
things.
about it.
You got to move all that crap.
And
to
so
get to
Frogger, I rebuilt this one. And then I stuck it up here because it fit in there. That's a Union 76 thing. Oh, there's Microvision back there. People remember Microvision sometimes. Where are the games? There was more. I had more games for it. But
Oh yeah.
meh.
Meh.
So that's it. That's the shelves of my life.
MASH.
I call these
how
shelves
about
of my life.
Headroom Tiki?
Okay, so yeah, well we can go beyond the
Get
fray.
your hands off my Micronta.
My
yeah, that
grunt,
sounds
exactly.
funny.
Does not sound proper. This is vodka, MASH 4077 vodka here. So this was actually, I would say 80s, because I actually remember these being in stores, but, you know, probably during the show, the lifetime of the show. So, yeah, that's a cool collectible. That's an AccuTrack ADC microphone that was used for calibrating ADC equalizers. So that's actually just a really cool mic that it looks cool and has a very limited function. But you could use it for other mic purposes, but I don't think it sounds good. What are you looking for?
A water.
Are you scared?
Thanks.
She's actually a mermaid, so she's pouring this on her fin.
MASH, the best ever.
Resellers are some of the most chronically dehydrated people on earth. That is proven.
Trying to decide. Okay, well, make sure we show Paul Rose's pictures.
Okay, we'll do. Okay, yeah, let me do that. Wait, well, you wanted me to talk about this is from a lady named something. Well, Rara Bird is one of her Etsy names, and another one is what? Rara Bird, and
I don't know.
she makes two products. She's artist in Southern California who did used to work for Disney, like almost every artist in Southern California. But she's worked a lot and done a lot of different things all over the U.S. And she's a painter at Tiki events, and she did this one for Tiki Oasis, is one of the big yearly Tiki events in San Diego, the biggest one, I would say. And for the year where the theme was the 80s, the event mug was a video game that looked like an old school arcade game. And then she did this theme picture of a Tiki mug with Max Headroom, which I could not live without. So that's actually an original painting, but she sells prints of it on her website.
Yeah,
which
Paul Rose. It is. Paul Rose was saying reminds me of Max Headroom.
Yeah.
You're probably now hearing Primo say Max Headroom. So.
Yeah, and so it's a Rara Bird, but look up her thing, and then let's look at at Paul Rose, and
do you have a drum roll?
I have rim shot.
I can't believe you.
I didn't put everything in here, so I guess.
We need drum roll for Paul Rose's pictures. Yeah, that's close. How dare you!
Oh wait, something's going
Wait.
wrong. Something's going wrong. Look.
Yeah, the keyboard is hit.
Oh, you
There
shouldn't
you
do
go.
that. Remember in Office? No, what's the Silicon Valley TV show? If anybody watched it, at one point the rich guy came in and
How do I
brought in
mute
his
this?
giant bottle of Tres Comas tequila, which is 3 commas because he's a billionaire. And then he accidentally put it on the keyboard and started erasing all the data from their websites. Remember, I just did that, except for
Yeah, because now it's like, okay, go find him.
okay. Now I gotta do this again without the Muppets distracting me as they do often.
You're gonna have to move the.
You don't worry about things.
Don't worry about small stuff. You're
Don't you
saying.
sweat the small stuff.
These are some fantastic photos.
Let's see. It's Paul Rose, everybody.
I'm looking on my phone. Just awesome.
It's downloading. Stupid downloads. Well, I think I got it. I hope I get it soon. I feel like time is just ticking away like sands to the hourglass. What time is it? 54? Have we been on for an hour, or did we just start whenever we started?
They
I don't
ended
remember.
at, yes, we are, I think, approaching an hour.
We're
So.
approaching an hour. Members, thank you so much for joining us. But hold on, we're going to show you Paul.
Wait, now why can't I get it back on my phone?
Oh my god, he's so big. Hold on, I got to shrink you.
Wait, this is it. Okay, we need to move the camera angle.
No, don't move it yet.
No, I'm not.
Okay, good. Remember how I said don't sweat it? Do you want to hold this?
I like sweating the small
Yeah,
stuff.
you're totally a sweater.
That's my MO.
She's a sweater. I just forget how to make this small. I have a full-size image that I have to. Okay, wait. No, I'll just do this.
Oh.
I got it. I'm gonna do it the other way.
Trying to
Oh, look,
get
it just adjusted finally.
His magic wand.
And then I need to get the other one.
There's
because
two others.
Oh, there's 2 others?
There's
okay.
3 total.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, there it is. There's the current one with the big old
It's
shark.
right above there recovering a payment from me from eBay. What the heck is that? Don't recover anything from me. How dare you? Yeah. Look at Paul Rose. Now,
This is so
you totally look
awesome.
like
No one can see.
I want to have a moment with my feelings.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, a private moment with Paul Rose.
How
I totally
about
know
it?
Blackpool. Here, I'll show you. Blackpool is where I know it used to be the only amusement park in Britain. I don't know if there's. I think there's probably more of them now,
This is awesome.
but it definitely used to be. Kind of like I think the Darkness, that band that came out in the '90s, the heavy metal band, they actually made it in the U.S. like charted,
The first
not
picture.
charted. Oh my God! There's Paul. Look how old he is with his gray beard. We call him Graybeard.
Wait, we can't
You
really
see this
see
right
the
here?
bottom though.
He doesn't.
Oh wait, let me zoom out a little.
So
There-
tell me this,
there we go.
everybody with gray and me
There
too.
we go. We got it.
This is with the shark head. This is our Paul Rose
awesome.
right here.
That's Paul.
Now, how does the hair know to be gray once it comes out? Wait, what? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
Hi, how are you?
No, now you're too far down.
Oh,
Go
right here?
right. There you go. There.
Thanks.
That's what you're talking about.
Well, how gray hair comes out dark and then gets gray. So he has it
Yeah,
too.
I
I've
get
always
it.
wondered about this. So right here we have the gray hair the darker hair comes out and then it gets gray.
No, I think the darker hair is separate, and then
it's separate.
underneath the hair.
These are I've always wondered about this as well myself.
The
Because
mysteries of life.
the mysteries of life. I think that's a good looking dude right there. That's Paul.
But please show the other picture of him not in the, what is it?
I only have this one.
No,
now.
scroll up.
I got it.
It's up.
Here's him at Blackpool again in the stockade, which I imagine he spent a lot of his time in this. in the stockade.
I mean, it's like your stories make so much
Look
sense.
at
You
that.
look so fun.
And you know what you look to me is you actually look familiar. I mean, not
Oh,
obviously. haven't
Doug
met me,
is going into a work meeting now. Thank you
oh
for being here.
sure. Thank you for joining us,
Doug.
Major Win. Have a great day. I don't have to yell because I have the mic right here. Have a great day. Thanks for coming in, and you are very welcome. Thank you. And anybody who's in here who could possibly not have heard of Major Win, check out his show, which was today. So today at 5 o'clock.
They do their
No, it's at 8:30.
major wrap up tonight
At
at
5:30.
5:30 Pacific time, 8:30 Eastern.
And we barely make it to 8:30. So just so you know, we barely make it.
No,
to
I
8:30.
couldn't. Last night I was like, I can't stay awake.
I hear you. I mean, I'm not going off into dreamland listening to
8:30
you.
is very early for most people, but I'm lucky if I can stay up to 8. That's
True.
how pathetic. Major Win.
Come on, Major Win.
You're too sweet. This itty bitty for that itty bitty for the road. Oh, so. Thank you. Paul Rose, those photos are awesome. They make my day.
I mean, you look like people I was friends
It
with.
just reminds me of that
And I've
time.
said it before. Yeah, exactly. I've said it before that, and I was a traveler between.
No one can see you.
I'm a lover of subcultures. Let's see.
Stand. Yeah.
Oh, we have to zoom out.
There you
That's
go.
why.
There you go.
There we go. I'm a lover of subcultures, so I spent a lot of time with different types. I don't want to talk about that anymore. That's Paul Rose, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who exactly who you might. We actually have to get eBay. Well, I don't know how to bring everybody together. It's so difficult because everyone is spread so far around the world. But we do want to do some sort of I don't know what would make sense, but certainly some sort of a schedule for people who are on YouTube doing eBay stuff that we all want to follow.
Oh, right. We need to post a schedule.
But we need to do like a roll call. Come on, eBay roll call!
And Paul is saying that he'll drop a couple a week.
What?
Just to keep you giggling, I found a load this morning.
That's awesome.
Do share.
You said douche.
I said do share.
You said...
It did sound like douche.
That's awesome. This one also has to
checklist
be
item?
this one also has to be on at Blackpool, right? Am I guessing? I'm guessing that. Because this says somebody Cotton Family Bar, like they serve kids there. They actually are pretty free with, well, they used to be pretty free with alcohol in the UK and England.
Yep. Alrighty then.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go now because we ran out of stories.
Let's end on this great note of
Paul
Rose.
Rose.
Oh wait, we don't have the picture showing anymore.
Okay, put it on Paul.
I
And zoom way in on those.
I need to.
On those baby blues. No, I got it. I'm gonna
Zoom way in on those baby blues.
Yeah, right there. and then we're gonna.
As far as
Okay,
you
we're
can
gonna
see.
go. But we're gonna do this and do. All right, guys. Thank you all for joining us today.
Over here.
Hey, I don't want to block them though.
No, I know.
Thank you guys for joining us, and
wait, I gotta squeeze.
that's a lot of
those
fun telling
cheeks,
stories.
Those little cheeks. Oops, no.
And
can't squeeze them.
and we had fun doing it, and it's great. And watch everybody else on the YouTube and Major Win. And thank you, most importantly, for being members, because you make this happen.
Aloha, everyone. Thank you, as always.
Okay, I'm gonna actually find the thing to turn off so I can figure out how to turn it off, and then I will. Okay, love you guys. See you soon. See you tomorrow at 4. We'll see you tomorrow at 4. Have a great day. Happy sales. How do you turn it off? We don't know. There's an X right there.
There you go.